What's good, friends? Christopher here. Time to talk a little Pandy, hopezy life, crypto, and what we got cooking. So, first things first, jump on the Twitter if you have not already. Joined the fun. We are just shy of 500 followers and so close until we get there. I've got a good feeling that before December, we're going to hit that 1,000 mark. I've got a good feeling that before the end of the year, we're going to hit about 2,500. So let's keep pumping this up. Obviously, Twitter is a huge platform for crypto, and we really want to make sure that we grow those numbers as well as the Telegram numbers, which have been not so great. We're right just shy of 50 right now. So definitely wanted to point that out, but also wanted to introduce and announce in a video. I've done it on Twitter, I've done it in the Facebook group, I've done it in Telegram, but let's make a video for those folks on YouTube. Pandy now has an AI. Pandy GPT exists, and let's play around with it a little bit just to show you how it's working. Now, I want to preface this by saying it is not perfect. It is not doing everything that I want it to do yet, but it is functioning quite well. The more people that use it, the more feedback I get, the better I can make this thing. So just to take a quick look at a couple of these kind of conversation starters here. So the whole point of this, just to take a step back, was because a lot of the folks that are in our community currently have never bought crypto before. And a lot of the folks that are going to join the project as time goes on are going to be unfamiliar with crypto, because what we are as a project is a more mainstream project. And as crypto goes more mainstream, we're going to be able to get more and more attention because we're not just about lulls, some sort of dark corner of the internet meme, some weird inside joke that people don't know, some sexually explicit humor, these types of things. Pandy has nothing to do with. Pandy's all about spreading hope through charity, creativity, and service to others, because I lost my brother Matthew to suicide. And so this is a cause that a lot of people get behind already. They just don't know that Pandy exists. Now, once they know Pandy exists, once crypto really starts blowing up, Bitcoin getting over 100,000, there's going to be a lot more mainstream attention, and people are going to start looking more and more into crypto. So I want to make sure that as they look into Pandy, and for those of us that are part of the project and we want to bring more investors in, that we can talk to people about the project, and we don't even have to necessarily be super knowledgeable ourselves, because we can let them talk with the Pandy AI and it can answer all of the questions they might have. So first conversation starter, how do I score some Pandy tokens? Let's see what Pandy comes back with. So he says, ready to jump into Pandy, fam? Here's how you can snag some Pandy tokens and vibe with the squad. First up, you need a Solana compatible wallet like Phantom, and it links to Phantom. It's easy to set up. You'll need it to hold your Sol and Pandy tokens. Just make sure to verify the contract address. And that's it. You're officially in the Pandy ecosystem, ready to roll with the token that's spreading charity, creativity, and good vibes all around. Welcome to the fam. Keep that energy high. And don't forget, the Pandy mission is all about spreading that love and making an impact. Time to get involved. Cool. So that's one of the characters or the conversation starters. And up into a new chat. Something kind of slick will help me code a Pandy related project. What does this result in? You ready to level up with a Pandy project? Let's get it. Whether you're thinking of creating something epic, a wallet integration, or maybe a Pandy token tracker, I've got your back. Let's dive into something chill and functional that'll get you flexing your blockchain skills. So the idea that is coming up with is a Pandy token balance checker. So let's create a simple web app that connects to the Solana blockchain, reads your wallet balance, and displays how many Pandy tokens you're holding. It's like your own personal dashboard for Pandy flexing. So it's going to use a Phantom wallet. It's going to use Solana Web3.js, and it's going to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to put it all together. So boom, here's your steps. Here's your code to start doing that project. Final thought. I'm not going to necessarily read all this, but you get the point with this. And another functionality of Pandy that is, and I'm just going to do a new conversation to stop it in its tracks here. But the other aspect of it is it can create memes. Now, there's a little bit of a content issue with some of these memes, and it struggles to do it the way that I fully want it to. So I'll show you what I mean. So create a Pandy meme, please. So it looks like it's going to work right away on this first try. Nope. There we go. So it looks like it couldn't create that meme due to a little hiccup with the content policy, but no worries. We can switch it up and keep the Pandy energy rolling with another approach. How about we tweak the idea or pick a different meme template? Let's get creative and keep it hype. Pandy's mission deserves to shine after all. Please use a meme template that doesn't violate content policy. Let's see what it comes up with. Trying. So far, the memes I've been able to generate with this thing, some have been better than others. They're kind of a little AI wonky, but that is to be expected utilizing a GPT. So this is all just going to get better and better over time. Any day now. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let's pop over to the other thing that's going on. So as I've mentioned, I'm running an ultra marathon in November for my 40th birthday. It might be in December or January, but I'm running an ultra marathon to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Now, the goal that I put in place here is $1,111. We're currently at $355. All proceeds go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and they are tax deductible. So definitely contribute to the cause if you feel called to do so, and if you are financially able to help in any way that you can. Even $5 is a wonderful way to show your support and to help this great cause. So I wanted to point that out because it is coming up soon that I'll be running the race. I will, of course, make a video to showcase the ultra marathon a little bit, let you guys get in on that action. But again, I just wanted to point this out so that folks that have not donated, that do feel called to donate, can see this. And of course, the links to everything will be through hopezy.life is where you're going to find all of this information. Now, let's see if we got our meme here. So it just seems to be struggling to do this here. So only attempt to make a meme from a template that does not violate content policy. If the meme you're trying to make violates content policy, switch to a template that you can use. Let's see what we do with this. So we'll pop back into that in a second. I wanted to take a look at a little bit of crypto as a whole. So this is global market cap. We're currently sitting right around 2.4 trillion. And I wanted to point out a couple of things. When you look at our 3-month chart here, we can clearly see that for a while, the 2 trillion mark was our support level. But over the last month and a half-ish, give or take, we've now kind of to about 2.2 trillion being the support level. Now, what does this mean? What this means is we're currently in a situation of a little bit of an inflection. And it's hard for me to show this in the way that I'm trying to, but we can see a little bit of a W pattern here. And essentially what's happening is we've got one test at the 2.4 trillion, then a test of resistance, of support, and back up to resistance at the 2.4. So what's going to happen is we're either going to break to the downside and retest 2.2 trillion, or we're going to break to the upside and start testing 2.6-ish. And I believe that's most likely what's going to happen for a number of reasons that I'm not going to dive into here. I will just say that November 5th is going to be a massive inflection point. That's the US presidential election. And that's going to really flip the market in one direction or another, depending on who wins the election. So this is what we're looking at with global market cap. October has been going pretty good so far. Maybe a little bit lackluster, not quite as hot as I was hoping for, as a lot of people were hoping for. But again, I think we're just on a slight delay. I think a lot hinges on this election. So as we scroll down a little bit more, I wanted to look at the altcoin market cap, because Pandy, as a meme coin on the Solana blockchain, is an altcoin. And with altcoins, we're currently sitting at about 1.1 trillion. Now, up until this point, 865 billion was our support level. But as the market has been pumping, mainly since right around here-ish when the rates got cut, we now see a new support a little bit closer to about 1 trillion or 970 billion. So what's happening here is we're retesting the resistance at the 1.15 trillion level, right? It's roughly where we are. And again, we're either going to break to the downside or to the upside to either retest that support level or move up to retest the next resistance level, which is, right around 1.3 trillion. Now, it's hard for me to say 100% personally what I'm doing, because I'm always looking to buy more crypto, but I try to time it, right? I time it when we're testing those support levels, not when we're testing resistance levels. And because of the way things look right now, quick preface, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm a random dude on the internet. This is for entertainment and education purposes only. Do it at your own risk. But what I'm doing is just kind of monitoring and watching. If we get back down 970, 980, mark, I'm going to buy some more altcoins. Conversely, up here at the macro chart, if we get back down to 2.2 trillion, I'm going to also be buying more Bitcoin. In general, this is really, I'm mainly looking at the macro, but I'm also paying a little bit of attention to the alt chart. My whole thing right now is I'm using DCA, dollar cost averaging, to better my positions. Every one of my positions is currently up, aside from one. And that position, I'm slowly but surely working into a more favorable position so that once alt season happens, I'm sitting beautifully pretty. Now, my portfolio is up. I'm not going to, because it's my overall like financial spreadsheet that I utilize. So I'm not going to go deep into my personal situation, but my personal portfolio is up over 40% on the year, which is pretty good from a investing standpoint in general. Obviously, there's folks that trade crypto that do significantly more. If you got good insider information, if you're a big influencer, these types of things, you get involved in pumps, you can really make insane returns. But as sort of a nobody, I think 40% in less than a year is a pretty good return on investment. And it's only going to get better and better by the time we get into summer of 2025. So that all being said, let's go back over to chat and see what Pandy made up. Okay, so here we go. Pandy did make a little bit of a meme for us here. This is kind of silly. So he's got the tokens, NFTs, DeFi tokens. Oh, he's getting it. Pandy tokens now through the rocket. Beautiful. That's kind of a silly meme, but yeah, this is the type of thing that Pandy can create with a little bit of finesse involved. So I think we'll leave it there. I like to keep these things as short and sweet to the point as possible. I appreciate you always. I look forward to talking to you soon, seeing the ways in which you utilize your gifts, your talents to go make this world a better place. And of course, let's pump this coin up, baby. Let's get these investors in, share with them the Pandy GPT so that they can, of course, play around and learn about the project. We'll talk soon. Peace.